Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, why does my face look so tired, pale, and as if years have been stolen from me? We often think we are aging, but in reality, this change is caused by simple yet damaging mistakes we make without realizing it. Small habits that we consider insignificant in our daily lives accumulate on our faces over time and reflect the vitality they steal from our souls. Perhaps you've tried dozens of creams and spent a fortune on skincare, but you haven't seen any results. That's because the problem isn't external. It's hidden in the behaviors you repeat without realizing it. Those deep lines, dull eyes, fading glow. They're all warning signs telling you you're looking in the wrong place. And the good news is, reversing this trend is much more possible than you think. Now, I'm going to introduce you to 15 secret enemies that have been silently aging your face over the years. Once you recognize them, you won't just see the problem, you'll also learn the solution and take control. And then, when you look in the mirror, the face you see will remind you of hope, freshness, and youth again. If you're ready, this journey of awareness that will take you back to your younger years begins now. But before we start, I want you to do something. Write in the comments what you think ages people the most. Is it time or daily mistakes? By writing this, you will increase your own awareness and spark others' eyes. If you're ready, let's begin. 1. Sleeping on your face. Sleeping on your face is one of the most common habits that unknowingly sets the stage for skin aging. When sleeping in this position, the face is pressed against the pillow for long periods. This pressure, which continues throughout the night, can cause wrinkles on the skin, especially on the cheeks and forehead. These marks, which may seem temporary at first, become permanent over time and create an aged appearance. In addition, this pressure causes the collagen and elastin fibers under the skin to weaken over time. These fibers are responsible for maintaining the skin's firmness and elasticity. However, sleeping on your stomach damages this support system. The skin sags more quickly and becomes harder to restore. The eye area and cheeks are particularly affected by this. Not only wrinkles but also skin irritation and acne can be a result of sleeping on your stomach. Even if pillowcases are cleaned, the oil, dust and bacteria that accumulate during the day come into direct contact with the skin throughout the night. This clogs pores, leading to pimples and a dull complexion. While the skin needs to renew itself at night, it has to fight against these external factors. Although it may seem difficult to give up this habit, it is possible to achieve a healthier sleeping position with small changes. Trying to sleep on your back, replacing pillowcases with softer fabrics such as silk, and adjusting the height of the pillow can make a significant difference in preserving the youthfulness of the face. The skin needs to relax and renew itself at night. Giving it this chance is like an investment that will pay off for years to come. By the way, if you like the video and subscribe to our channel, you will be supporting me in the most effective way. 2. Using the wrong skincare products. Skincare is one of the most important steps for a youthful and healthy appearance. However, using the wrong products can cause harm instead of benefit. Every skin type is different, so a product that works well for someone else may have negative effects on your skin. Cleansers, toners, or creams that are not suitable for your skin type can disrupt the skin's natural balance. This can lead to problems such as dryness, irritation, or excessive oiliness over time. Choosing the wrong products doesn't just cause temporary irritation, it damages the skin barrier in the long term. The skin barrier is a natural defense line that protects the skin from external factors. When this barrier is compromised, the skin becomes vulnerable to the outside world, and the aging process accelerates. Signs like fine lines, dullness, and loss of elasticity start to appear earlier. Furthermore, perfumes, alcohol, or harsh chemicals found in some products can also trigger inflammation in the skin. This increases free radical production, leading to premature aging of skin cells. Sensitive skin is particularly susceptible to these types of ingredients, and their use can cause both visible and invisible damage. To establish the right skincare routine, you must first identify your skin type and analyze its needs correctly. Then, choosing products with clean, gentle but effective ingredients protects skin health and provides a younger and more vibrant appearance. Keep in mind that skincare is not about the more products, the better. Real results come when you use the right products in the right order and routine. 3. Drying your face vigorously. Cleansing your face is a fundamental step in skin care, but how you do it is just as important as what you use. Unfortunately, many people unknowingly have the habit of rubbing their face vigorously with a towel after cleansing or scrubbing their skin too hard. Although this behavior may give a feeling of being well cleaned in the short term, it damages the skin tissue in the long term. The skin surface is much more sensitive than imagined, and such harsh movements thin the skin's natural protective layer over time. Areas with thin skin, such as around the eyes, are particularly affected by this pressure. As a result, loss of elasticity, wrinkles, and even small capillary ruptures can occur. Redness and sensitivity in the skin are also early signs of this type of mechanical damage. The habit of harsh drying causes aging effects not only externally but also internally. This is because every rubbing motion causes irritation in the skin's microscopic structure, and this irritation disrupts cell renewal. As the skin tries to protect itself, it either produces more oil or, conversely, becomes dry, dull, and lifeless. These imbalances pave the way for an aged facial expression. Treating your skin gently always ensures a more youthful appearance. When drying your face after cleansing, it is sufficient to gently pat the water away. If possible, cotton or microfiber towels should be preferred, and care should always be taken to ensure they are clean. Remember, how you treat your skin determines how it will look to you. 4. Not drinking enough water. Most of our body is made up of water, and the skin is one of the places that needs this moisture the most. When you don't drink enough water during the day, your skin dries out, becomes dull, and loses its elasticity. Although this may not be immediately noticeable from the outside, over time it causes fine lines to become more pronounced and the skin to look sallow. Dehydration is one of the most silent causes of premature aging. When you don't drink enough water, skin cells cannot get the moisture they need, which slows down cell renewal. Slower cell activity disrupts the skin's repair process. Consequently, damage caused by environmental factors, sun, wind, polluted air, becomes more permanent. The skin becomes unable to protect itself, and signs of aging appear earlier. Water is also critical for the skin's natural detoxification system to function. Drinking enough water facilitates the elimination of toxins from the body, resulting in clearer, brighter skin. Conversely, toxin buildup can cause acne, a dull complexion, and a tired facial expression. Skin that is not sufficiently supported from within cannot fully benefit from externally applied skincare products. Drinking an average of 2 to 2.5 liters of water per day should be a fundamental habit for both our overall health and keeping our skin young. Not just water. Vegetables, fruits, and herbal teas with high water content can also support this need. If you want to give your skin radiance, vitality, and firmness, you should start from within. Remember, sometimes the best moisturizer is just a glass of water. 5. Not using sunscreen. Although sunlight is essential for life, it is one of the most powerful external factors that requires careful attention when it comes to skin health. Ultraviolet, UV rays in particular, are one of the biggest causes of skin aging, and these effects continue throughout the year, not just during the summer months. Not using sunscreen leaves the skin vulnerable to these harmful rays and significantly accelerates the aging process. UV rays break down collagen and elastin fibers in the skin, reducing its firmness and elasticity. This process is called photoaging and manifests itself with symptoms such as fine lines, brown spots, and uneven skin tone. The more unprotected the skin is, the more dull, tired, and blemished it looks. Moreover, this damage is cumulative. Every unprotected day brings you one step closer to signs of aging. Some people may think they don't need sunscreen on cloudy days or when indoors. However, UV rays are powerful enough to pass through clouds and glass. Especially when combined with blue light, they can increase spot formation and cause premature sagging of the skin. So, sunscreen isn't just a product that should sit in your beach bag. It should be an essential part of your daily skincare routine. If you want to protect your skin and slow down aging, you must use a broad-spectrum sunscreen with at least SPF 30. You also need to reapply the sunscreen you put on in the morning throughout the day, especially if you're outdoors. No matter how young, healthy, and well cared for your skin is, its effects won't last long without sun protection. Remember, the best anti-aging product is a bottle of sunscreen. 6. Stress and tension, permanent expression lines in the muscles. Stress is a powerful factor that affects our mood and is directly reflected in our skin. The pace of daily life, work pressure, and emotional burdens cause us to constantly wear similar expressions on our faces. Frowning, furrowing our brows, clenching our teeth, squinting our eyes. These repeated facial expressions eventually turn into permanent marks. Fine lines form, especially in areas such as the forehead, between the eyebrows, and around the eyes, and facial expressions become increasingly harsh and tired. When under stress, the body releases a hormone called cortisol. This hormone reduces collagen production in the skin, leading to a loss of elasticity. At the same time, the skin's renewal process slows down, and cells take longer to repair themselves. In other words, stress is not just a state of mind, it is also a powerful trigger that prepares the hormonal basis for skin aging. In short, intense stress ages not only our inner world, but also the face we see in the mirror. Muscles can forget how to relax when they remain tense for a long time. This is known as muscle memory. If the same facial expressions are used to respond to stress continuously, the facial muscles become accustomed to this expression. At this point, the expression lines become permanent, and the face begins to look tense even at rest. This is one of the most obvious signs of an aged expression, a frozen, tense face. While it may not be possible to completely eliminate stress from our lives, learning to manage it can create a significant transformation for our skin. Meditation, breathing exercises, walking, hobbies, each of these is good not only for your mood, but also for your facial features. It is also possible to reduce these effects with regular facial massages and exercises that relax the facial muscles. Remember, your skin reflects how you feel, not what you think. If you feel good, it will glow. 7. Not moisturizing your skin regularly. Our skin is a living organ that is in constant contact with the outside world and is on defense against many factors throughout the day. Cold weather, wind, sun, air conditioning, hot showers, all cause moisture to quickly disappear from the skin's surface. If this loss is not replaced, the skin dries out, tightens, and fine lines begin to appear over time. Moisture is not just a comfort for the skin, it is an essential condition for staying young. Not using a moisturizer or using it irregularly weakens the skin's barrier layer. This layer is responsible for both retaining moisture lost from within the skin and protecting it from harmful external substances. A weakened barrier causes the skin to become more sensitive and much more easily affected by environmental factors. This results in redness, flaking, and premature wrinkles. In addition, dehydrated skin appears dull and lifeless. A structure with lost radiance, weakened fibers, and lost firmness develops. This makes the facial expression appear more tired, aged, and dull. On the other hand, skin that is regularly moisturized looks plumper, brighter, and healthier. Moreover, moisturized skin absorbs skincare products better, meaning the serums and creams you use work more effectively. Choosing the right moisturizer should be based on your skin type. Oily skin should opt for light, water-based formulas, while dry skin should choose rich, nourishing formulas. Moisturizing is a routine that should be followed every day, not just in winter. When applied twice daily, morning and evening, the skin gradually strengthens and becomes much more resistant to signs of aging. In short, dehydrated skin means aged skin. 8. Smoking and alcohol consumption. Smoking and alcohol are two habits that threaten not only general health, but also skin health directly. Smoking, in particular, constricts the blood vessels that carry oxygen to the skin, preventing cells from being nourished. This causes the skin to take on a paler, duller, and grayish tone. At the same time, thousands of toxins enter the body with every breath, and the skin expends excessive effort to expel these toxins, making premature aging inevitable. In smokers, deep wrinkles form earlier, especially around the lips and under the eyes. This is not only due to chemical substances, but also the repeated facial expressions associated with each puff. Combined with the decrease in collagen and elastin production, the skin rapidly loses its firmness. Furthermore, smoking slows down the skin's healing process, causing scars and acne marks to become more permanent. Alcohol, on the other hand, has a drying effect on the skin from within. It increases water loss, flushes minerals from the body, and leaves the skin defenseless. A few hours of enjoyment can manifest itself the next day as swelling, redness, dullness, and visible pores on the skin. In the long term, alcohol consumption causes capillary ruptures, tone unevenness, and sagging. So it's not just the body that bears the burden of alcohol, but the face as well. Of course, life is sometimes about enjoying yourself, but when these habits are kept in check, the positive effects on the skin are quickly noticeable. When you quit smoking, your skin starts to look healthier within a few weeks. When you cut back on alcohol, your skin regains its moisture and glows. How your skin feels is related to what you give it. When you give it a little air, a little water, and a little care, it retains its youthfulness for longer. 9. Insufficient sleep. Sleep is the most important time for the body to renew itself. The skin, in particular, repairs itself throughout the night. Cell renewal accelerates, and collagen production increases. However, when you don't get enough sleep, or your sleep is interrupted and becomes poor quality, this natural renewal process is disrupted. As a result, what you see in the mirror in the morning is puffy under eyes, a dull complexion, and a tired facial expression. In the long term, insufficient sleep leads to loss of skin elasticity, deepening of fine lines, and uneven skin tone. This is because the stress hormone cortisol rises with sleep deprivation, causing collagen breakdown. The skin barrier weakens, leaving it vulnerable to external factors. At the same time, blood circulation slows down, and skin cells lose their vitality because they do not get enough oxygen. Not only the duration of sleep, but also the quality of sleep affects the aging process. A body that cannot enter the deep sleep phase cannot fully rest. This causes you to wake up in the morning not only without energy, but also with skin that has not recovered. Dark circles under the eyes, dullness, and a general feeling of sagging in the face. These are all signs of poor sleep. If you want your skin to look young and fresh, good sleep is as essential as a good moisturizer. Sleeping 7 to 9 hours every night in a dark and quiet environment, preferably at the same time, supports this process. Avoiding screen light before bed, drinking herbal tea, or taking a few deep breaths can help improve sleep quality. Remember, beauty sleep is not a myth, it's a scientific fact. 10. Sleeping with makeup on. No matter how tired you are at the end of the day, sleeping without removing your makeup is one of the worst things you can do to your skin. When makeup products combine with the dust, dirt, and oil that accumulate on the skin throughout the day, they cause pores to become clogged. This prevents the skin from breathing and prevents the cells that need to be renewed during the night from doing their job. The result: dullness, acne, dullness, and an accelerated aging process over time. Nighttime is a kind of maintenance and repair time for the skin. However, when you sleep with makeup residue, this process is almost completely blocked. When eye makeup is not removed, problems such as eyelash loss, dark circles under the eyes, and puffiness appear. Products such as foundation and powder penetrate deep into the pores, triggering blackheads and acne. This paves the way for the skin to appear more uneven and aged over time. Moreover, makeup that penetrates the skin throughout the night increases the effects of free radicals. Free radicals accelerate collagen breakdown, leading to loss of elasticity and the formation of wrinkles. In other words, neglecting your skin for just one night can cause long-term damage. Symptoms such as loss of skin firmness, uneven skin tone, and the appearance of fine lines emerge over time, often without you even noticing. If you wear makeup, removing it is the most fundamental step in your skincare routine. Gentle yet thorough cleansing with a cleanser suitable for your skin type, combined with the moisturizer you apply afterward, gives your skin the opportunity to renew itself. If you want your skin to work for you while you sleep, you need to give it a clean slate. Remember, for beautiful skin, it's not about makeup. Cleansing and rest should come first. 11. Frequent weight gain and loss causes sagging in the face. Weight changes leave serious marks not only on the body's contours, but also on the face. Frequent weight gain and loss cause the skin tissue to constantly expand and contract. When this elasticity is pushed to its limits, the skin eventually loses its ability to recover. The cheeks, jawline, and neck area are particularly affected by this change. The result? The facial oval becomes distorted, sagging begins, and an aged appearance emerges. The fat tissue in the face is the key to a youthful and plump appearance. Sudden weight loss causes this tissue to decrease, while frequent weight gain increases skin tension. These fluctuations lead to both looseness and loss of elasticity in the skin. Especially after the age of 30, collagen production begins to decrease, so the skin emerges more damaged from this elasticity test each time. Another important point is the weakening of facial muscles during this process. The skin moves with the underlying structures. However, frequent weight changes tire both the muscles and connective tissues. As a result, the skin becomes unable to resist gravity, and sagging becomes permanent. This is particularly evident in the double chin and jawline. Plump cheeks give way to a hollow, droopy expression. Of course, weight fluctuations can be a part of life, but managing this process slowly and steadily is a much more sustainable approach for both your skin and your overall health. Drinking enough water, doing regular facial exercises, and following a diet that supports your skin from within can help reduce this effect. Remember, a youthful face is not only in the skin, but also in the balance beneath it. 12. Not doing facial massage. Facial massage is a step in skincare that most people skip, but it has quite powerful effects on skin health. Without massage, lymphatic circulation in the face slows down, toxins accumulate under the skin, and over time, this manifests as dullness, puffiness, and a tired appearance. Mimic muscles that tense up unconsciously throughout the day can lead to a stiff expression and the formation of permanent lines over time. Massage is a natural key to youth, revitalizing the skin and dissolving these accumulations. Just like other muscles in the body, facial muscles weaken when they are inactive. Without massage, these muscles gradually lose their tone and begin to sag downward due to the effects of gravity. The cheeks, jawline, and forehead are the areas most affected by this. Regular facial massage works these muscles, helping them recover and accelerating blood circulation under the skin to give it a natural glow. Another effect of facial massage is that it increases the absorption of skincare products. Without massage, the serum or cream you apply may remain on the surface. However, with massage, the products penetrate deeper into the skin and multiply their effect. It also reduces the tension caused by stress on the face and relaxes the nerve endings. This provides both mental and physical relief, meaning it brings not only beauty, but also a feeling of well-being. You don't need to spend hours doing facial massage. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day makes a significant difference. Circular movements made with your fingertips or natural stones like jade rollers strengthen the skin tissue over time. The best results are seen with regular application. Remember, youth isn't in expensive creams. Sometimes it's just in your own hands. 13. Eating sugar and processed foods. Diet is one of the most profound factors determining the appearance of the skin. Sugar and processed foods in particular are like silent enemies to the skin. Excessive sugar consumption triggers a process in the body called glycation. In this process, sugar molecules attach themselves to collagen and elastin fibers, damaging the proteins that keep the skin firm and youthful. As a result, the skin loses its elasticity, wrinkles become more pronounced, and the aging process accelerates. Processed foods often contain additives, trans fats, and excessive salt to extend their shelf life. These substances cause inflammation and free radical production in the skin. Free radicals accelerate aging by attacking skin cells. At the same time, these types of foods disrupt the skin's moisture balance and can cause under-eye bags, acne, and a dull appearance. In other words, not only your overall health, but also your reflection in the mirror is negatively affected by this habit. Furthermore, these types of foods can trigger hormonal imbalances in the body. Sudden spikes in insulin levels, in particular, increase acne formation. The skin becomes oilier, pores become clogged, and tissue quality declines. In the long term, this type of diet not only ages the skin, but also makes it look tired, uneven, and lifeless. On the other hand, skin glows with a diet rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and water. Of course, occasional sweet treats are acceptable. The issue is whether this becomes a habit. A balanced diet, ample water intake, and natural, unprocessed foods are the strongest defense for maintaining the skin's youthfulness. Remember, the skin is nourished from within first, not from the outside. Everything you eat will show on your skin a few days later, either glowing or dull. 14. Insufficient protein intake. Beyond the soft tissue we see on the outside, the skin is a complex structure woven with strands of protein. The building blocks of this structure are proteins such as collagen and elastin. The body needs sufficient protein from external sources to produce these vital building blocks. However, if there is a protein deficiency in the diet, the skin struggles to form these building blocks. As a result, it loses its firmness, elasticity, and vitality. In individuals with protein deficiency, the skin becomes thinner, more sensitive, and less resilient. A skin structure that reddens with minor irritation, heals slowly, or begins to sag easily develops. This is because the renewal of skin cells is only possible with protein, not just vitamins. While the body prioritizes vital organs, the skin is often one of the first areas deprived of protein. This causes aging to begin earlier and faster in the skin. Furthermore, when insufficient protein is consumed, the skin loses not only its elasticity, but also its ability to retain moisture. The skin barrier weakens, leaving it vulnerable to external factors. The harmful effects of environmental pollution, UV rays, and free radicals become particularly noticeable. Under-eye hollows, volume loss in the cheeks, and a general dullness can be reflections of a protein-deficient diet. Meeting your protein needs is easier than you might think. Many natural sources, from eggs to lentils, yogurt to fish, contribute to your daily protein intake. Getting enough protein strengthens not only your muscles, but also your skin. Remember, a young and healthy skin is shaped not only by what you apply externally, but also by what you consume internally, and protein is the building block of this structure. 15. Constant exposure to blue light. Phones, tablets, computers, televisions. The blue light emitted by these screens, which are indispensable in today's world, is a modern trigger that accelerates the skin's aging process. Staring at a screen for long periods of time doesn't just cause eye strain, it also has a profound effect on the skin. Blue light damages skin cells in a similar way to UV rays, reducing collagen production. Over time, this manifests itself in fine lines, loss of elasticity, and a dull complexion. Research shows that blue light increases pigmentation problems. Therefore, people who stare at screens for long periods of time are more likely to develop spots, especially on the areas of the face that receive the most light: forehead, cheeks, eye area. Melanin production becomes irregular, causing skin tone to deteriorate. Moreover, this type of light continues to affect the skin not only during daylight hours, but also throughout the night. Blue light also causes oxidative stress, which increases the formation of free radicals. Free radicals are one of the main factors that accelerate the aging process by attacking skin cells. This process becomes more pronounced in people who have a habit of looking at screens late at night, because while the body repairs itself at night, blue light prevents this repair, leaving no opportunity for the skin to recover. So how can we reduce this damage? The first step: limit screen time and, in particular, turn off digital devices at least 1 hour before bedtime. Blue light filtering screen protectors using night mode and skincare products containing antioxidants help reduce this effect. At the same time, supporting the skin with ingredients such as vitamin C and vitamin E makes a big difference in repairing the damage caused by blue light. Remember, digital life provides convenience, but it shouldn't be at the expense of your skin. In conclusion, beauty is not just a genetic inheritance, but a reflection of daily habits. The small mistakes we make unconsciously accumulate over the years and show themselves on our faces every time we look in the mirror. But here's the good part. While skin aging is inevitable, you can determine its speed and form. Everything we've mentioned so far can be your compass on the path to young and healthy skin. Remember, awareness comes before expensive creams. How you treat your skin, how you look after it, even what you expose it to, all shape your future face. A small step you take today can turn into a more vibrant, dynamic, and satisfied you tomorrow. Now look at your face once more. Armed with this knowledge, perhaps the secret to youth has always been in your hands. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and subscribe. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Remember, A woman is someone who has the power to change the world. Boldly forge your own path and enjoy every moment.